Welcome to episode 4 of the astrology section of the Variety is a Spice of Life channel. Today, we dive deep into one of the most fascinating and transformative aspects of Vedic astrology, the Navagrahas, the 9 planetary forces that silently govern our destiny, emotions, relationships, and professional paths. In Vedic wisdom, planets don't reward or punish randomly. Their placement, strength, and affliction reflect our karmic blueprint and life lessons. When understood correctly, astrology becomes not just a predictive tool, but a guide to balance and awareness. Through real-life case studies, planetary characteristics, weaknesses, and remedies, this episode will help you recognize how planetary imbalances show up in everyday life, and what you can consciously do about them. For a more detailed insight and written explanations, please visit our blog, the link is available in the description. Let's begin this journey into cosmic understanding. In Vedic astrology, the Navagrahas, 9 planetary forces, manage every dimension of human life. From career growth and emotional stability to health, relationships, and spiritual evolution, nothing exists outside their influence. A birth chart is like a cosmic mirror. It reflects not just future events, but mental tendencies, habits, and inner strengths or weaknesses. A strong planet uplifts life effortlessly, while a weak or afflicted planet demands awareness and correction. Astrology does not remove responsibility from us, instead, it empowers us with knowledge. When planetary understanding meets conscious action, life begins to realign itself naturally. History gives us powerful examples of planetary influence shaping destiny. Nelson Mandela, imprisoned for decades, rose to become South Africa's president, an extraordinary transformation often linked to powerful planetary yogas. Amitabh Bachchan, after 13 consecutive film failures and personal struggles, achieved legendary success after the age of 50. Narendra Modi, from a humble background with no political lineage, rose to become India's Prime Minister 3 times. Astrological evaluations suggest that planetary strength, timing, and karmic activation played a crucial role in these life-altering journeys. The planets don't deny success, they delay, test, and refine it. The sun represents leadership, confidence, and authority. A weak sun often manifests as poor self-esteem, ego clashes, lack of recognition, or strained father relationships. In daily life, this appears as difficulty leading, fear of authority, or feeling undervalued. The moon governs emotions, mental health, and nurturing instincts. When weak, it brings emotional instability, insecurity, impulsive decisions, and anxiety. Oversensitivity, emotional withdrawal, or frequent mood swings are often reflections of a troubled moon. Together, sun and moon form the core of personality, identity and emotional balance. Mars governs courage, aggression, and action. A weak Mars shows up as anger issues, impulsive behavior, accidents, or lack of assertiveness. Such individuals often act first and think later. Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect, when weak, leads to confusion, poor expression, nervousness, and indecisiveness. Misunderstandings, learning difficulties, and communication gaps are common daily manifestations. Together, Mars and Mercury determine how we act and how we think. Imbalance here directly affects success and relationships. Jupiter symbolizes wisdom, ethics, expansion, and guidance. A weak Jupiter often causes poor judgment, lack of direction, unrealistic optimism, or unethical choices. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and comfort, when afflicted, creates relationship struggles, self-worth issues, and financial instability due to indulgence. In daily life, this appears as confusion in life purpose, unstable relationships, and dissatisfaction despite material comforts. Balanced Jupiter and Venus bring harmony between wisdom and desire. Saturn, the karmic teacher, represents discipline, patience, and endurance. A weak or afflicted Saturn manifests as delays, frustration, pessimism, social isolation, and heavy responsibilities. However, Saturn never denies success, it tests commitment. Those who accept responsibility, practice honesty, and persevere eventually receive Saturn's long-lasting rewards. Saturn teaches that growth earned slowly stays forever. Rahu represents illusion, ambition, and obsession. When weak, it leads to deception, unrealistic goals, risky behavior, and identity confusion. Ketu, the planet of detachment, when afflicted, causes lack of direction, escapism, emotional withdrawal, and spiritual confusion. Together, Rahu and Ketu reflect internal conflicts between desire and detachment. Awareness here prevents self-sabotage and confusion. Remedies in Vedic astrology are often misunderstood as shortcuts or superstition. In reality, they are tools for conscious alignment. Mantras, gemstones, donations, and disciplined habits work not because of blind faith, but because they retrain the mind and behavior to resonate with planetary energy. For example, chanting a mantra daily builds focus and rhythm, strengthening weak mental patterns. Donations and charity soften ego, cleanse karmic debt, and improve Saturn or Jupiter-related struggles. Dietary discipline and cleanliness directly impact Moon and Venus imbalances. However, remedies alone are incomplete without self-awareness. A weak Mars won't heal if anger remains unchecked. A weak Mercury won't improve without practicing clear communication. Astrology gives direction, but consistent effort activates transformation. One of astrology's deepest truths is this: planets speak through our daily habits. A weak sun reflects in lack of confidence or constant need for validation. A troubled moon shows through emotional chaos, poor hygiene, or mental clutter. A weak Jupiter appears as disrespect toward teachers, elders, or moral values. Similarly, Venus imbalance shows through unhealthy attachment or indulgence, while Saturn weakness manifests as fear of responsibility or chronic pessimism. Rahu drives reckless ambition, and Ketu pushes escapism when unbalanced. These behaviors are not random, they are signals from the birth chart. Once recognized, they give us power. Astrology then becomes a mirror, not a verdict, allowing us to consciously correct patterns instead of repeating them unconsciously. Before we conclude, let me take you to my zone, where astrology meets lived experience. Astrology teaches us that life is governed by 9 celestial influencers, the Navagrahas. Each planet, when balanced, strengthens us. When weak, it reflects imbalances in our thoughts, habits, and attitudes. I once knew a young man who constantly criticized his elders and teachers. His chart revealed a debilitated Jupiter, the planet of wisdom and respect. I advised him to consciously change his behavior, show humility, respect elders, and stop mocking others. Slowly, his life transformed, harmony increased, opportunities opened, and clarity followed. A weak moon may show emotional instability or neglect of cleanliness. These are not coincidences, they are cosmic reflections. Astrology isn't about prediction alone, it's about self-awareness and conscious living. Final thoughts: the Navagrahas don't control us, they guide us. By understanding planetary weaknesses and applying remedies with sincerity, we align ourselves with cosmic rhythm and inner growth. For more in-depth explanations and written guidance, please visit our blog, accessible via the link in the description. If you found value in this episode, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and hit the bell icon for the latest updates. Until next time, stay aware, stay aligned, and remember, variety truly is the spice of life.